Hi YouTube, it's a fly fishing piper, and I'm coming to you today smoking some Carter Hall in my Savinelli. Um, Great pipe, I really enjoy this. And today, as I said, I have it packed with some Carter Hall. Carter Hall is a tobacco that I've been smoking for the better part of 50 years. I've lost track of the number of different tobaccos that I've tried. I keep coming back to Carter Hall because it's kind of a genuine flavor. They say Carter Hall is a combination of Virginias and Burleys. When I smoke it, I can taste bourbon, I think. I like bourbons and whiskeys, so for me it's a natural. The room note, as I've been told by my wife and friends, is they can smell like rum raisins. I don't get it, but they can smell rum raisins, they can smell bourbon. So it's got a pleasant room note to it. I started smoking Carter Hall when I was in the Navy in the late 60s, early 70s. There was, I smoked quite a bit of Borkum Riff and Sail. In the Philippines, I bought some cherry pipe tobacco. It's just god-awful. You could taste the cherries for days after you smoke the pipe, so there's definitely cherry in there. God knows what else was in that tobacco, but I bought a box of, or a package of Carter Hall from the ship store because I ran out of Borkum Riff. In those days, I was on aircraft carriers, part of the air wing, and in those days we would have 30 to 40 day line periods. So we'd be out on Yankee Station off of Vietnam for 30 to 40 days, and then back in port, usually in Subic Bay in the Philippines, for another I don't know, 3 or 4 days, and then back out to sea again. So after doing my duty in Subic Bay, the city across the river is called Olongapo, and it was kind of the Wild West in those days. There are very few things that weren't allowed. But after my initial visit to Olongapo, I would go to the base PX and load up on tobaccos and soaps and that kind of stuff. But I ran out of Borkum Riff one import period, at sea period rather, and the ship store had Carter Hall, so I thought, well, I'll give that a try. How bad can it be? I really enjoyed it. It was a nice break from the aromatics, stronger aromatics. It was a nice break, not have to battle tongue bite. And it was a good tobacco. So after all these years of smoking a varieties of tobacco, some very expensive that I like, some not so expensive that I like, and a lot in between that I didn't like, I always come back to, seem like I always come back to Carter Hall for a couple of packages and then try something new. So Carter Hall is kind of a standby. And it's a delicious tobacco. If you're new into pipe smoking, Carter Hall is a great way to get into the hobby. You can taste the tobacco. You get some flavor of bourbons, as I said. Some people say they get a taste of rum raisin. I don't, but that's just me. And the rum note's okay, so it's not going to offend people. So it's a good way to start if you've been smoking for quite a while. It's kind of like if you ever go to a gourmet tasting, they'll serve you sherbet in between servings, in between food entrees or food dishes. I'm not sure what the hell they're called, but in between different dishes, they'll serve you sherbet, and the sherbet's designed to cleanse your palate so you can actually get a full flavor of what you're coming up next. I think Carter Hall for me does the same thing. It's a genuine tobacco. You can enjoy smoking it at the same time. It gets you away from some of the crazier stuff you might be smoking. And it's very enjoyable. So if you get a chance, I would try it. It's a beautiful day here in Massachusetts. It's the end of June. I'm out in the backyard having a pipe. Over my right shoulder, your left, is a little yard art that my kids call Nessie. This little sea serpent. And over my left shoulder is our friend Kevin. Oops, there he is. And for those of you that have watched the movie Up, that's our interpretation of Kevin, a driftwood bird of some sort. It's fun. The grandkids like it, and they come in the backyard and they look around to see what's new, what's different. So Nessie's always been a hit. It's been up for about 6 years, 7 years, and Kevin's quickly turned out to be a favorite of theirs. So in any event, if you haven't tried Carter Hall, I would give it a try. You'll enjoy it. You won't be disappointed. I don't think I've ever met anyone that hasn't liked Carter Hall. So give it a try. If you're a fly fisher as I am, it's great to pack a pipe with Carter Hall and take it down to the water with you. You can't go wrong. And if you're, as I said, if you're new into pipe smoking, or if you want to cleanse your palate for other types of tobaccos, Carter Hall is a great way to do that. So I wish everyone tight lines, and I hope you enjoy your smokes.